Well, could you live mortgage-free for life? Coming up, we'll take a look at one man who says there are secrets that banks and lenders just don't want you to know about.
Financial experts say that there is a way to pay off your 30-year mortgage in just, say, 7 to 10 years. But the authors of a new book say that you can do that without really stressing your monthly budget. There's a new book. It's called Mortgage Free for Life, the Secrets that Banks and Lenders Don't Want You to Know. And co-author and Bay Area resident Richard Weathington is with us this morning talking about how it's going to work. Good morning and thank you. Did I say that right, Weathington?
It's Weathington, absolutely.
I thought about that after I said it, but thank you for coming by. A San Jose guy.
Absolutely. Not born and raised here, but I've lived here for about 15 years
Long enough
now.
to understand the real estate market here and how expensive some mortgages can be, and therefore how long that will be to pay them off, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, Americans are maxed out right now, and you know, people are looking for new ways to save money and to own their houses years sooner, and that's why I wrote the book.
All right, let's talk a little bit about it, and it can get kind of complex and technical. There's the math and all of that stuff involved, probably more complex than we can do justice here, but we can kind of get into it. Break it down a little bit and what the concept is. Basically, you say people want to get a home equity line of credit, otherwise known as a HELOC, which is a little different than a second mortgage, and you work out of that to try to pay off your original mortgage quicker.
Absolutely.
Am I getting it right?
Yeah. And if you go to mortgagefreeforlife.com, you'll see the step-by-step process. And if you get the book, it will walk you through the entire process. It's not just getting the HELOC, it's getting the right type of HELOC that's conducive to getting this type of loan.
And getting the right amount in there so you make sure that you get an amount you can handle.
Absolutely.
And then you say that what you do is you put your whole income, you have it so it's direct deposited into that. Is that right?
Absolutely. Sounds like you read the book.
I did read a little bit of it.
Okay, very good.
And you want to pay off everything. You throw everything into your car payments, your credit cards, you throw everything in there and pay them off.
Absolutely. You make all those things tax deductible, so you get another advantage there, too.
Because the interest rate on a credit card, for example, tends to be higher than the HELOC normally.
Much higher.
And you cannot write that off. But if you get the HELOC, you get a lower rate, and you can write that off.
Absolutely. What our website and what the book shows you how to do is how to track it on a regular basis, how to track your loan to where you spend about 3 minutes a month tracking it. And while you're tracking it, you're finding out how much you're actually paying down your house. You're building up equity really, really quick in exponential fashion, and you're able to track it right there online. So it's amazing.
Experts have said that if you just make a little bit extra payment, or maybe one extra monthly payment a year, you can really reduce how long your first mortgage will last. You can pay it down quicker.
True.
But under your plan, you're saying you can do it even quicker.
Yes.
And because you're doing it this way, it really doesn't stress your monthly budget. In other words, you say, well, I don't have the money to come up to make an extra payment on my mortgage. This is the way you're saying it can be done.
Absolutely. That's what's so amazing about this whole thing, is that you don't have to come out of your pocket any extra to make this payment. You're taking it from a loan. You're borrowing from a HELOC, which is a home equity line of credit. You're borrowing from that and making injections into your principal payment, therefore, and then putting your paycheck back into your HELOC instead of it sitting in your checking account where it does absolutely nothing for you. Your HELOC acts as your home, as your bank.
Right.
And this takes you step by step and shows you exactly how to do that.
Couple of things. First of all, the risk factors, and I know there are people who have gotten a normal second on their house.
Correct.
And they've paid off the credit cards and done all of that kind of thing, which is a good step in the right direction. However, then they go back and recharge up on those credit cards. They get right back into debt, and now you have the debt again, plus you have a second on your house. You actually can get upside down.
You can, and that's the biggest trap there is. Getting a piggyback loan, which is also a closed-end loan. We talked about that a little bit a few minutes ago. A closed-end loan, once you put the money into it, you can never get it back out again. A home equity line of credit, which is not to be mistaken with a home equity loan. A home equity line of credit, you can put the money in anytime you want and pull the money out anytime you want without any penalty.
So is it still something that you got to be careful, because you don't want to. Yeah, this isn't free money. You know, nobody's giving you a free. You do have to make payments, and you do have to make sure that you don't get in over your head.
Absolutely, but here's the beauty of this program. You don't have to make payments if you're taking your paycheck and you're putting it into your HELOC. You don't have a HELOC payment at that time. That's what makes this thing so amazing, is you'll still have your principal payment, of course, but you're making injections from your HELOC into your principal. Therefore, in taking your paycheck and putting it back into the HELOC, Therefore, you don't have a HELOC payment because your paycheck works as your HELOC payment. That's what's so amazing about it.
People are going, what was that?
I know, what did
I
you
told you,
say?
I told you it was going to get kind of complicated and technical, but you can check it out and find out more, and it might be a good way for some people to go. Well, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Kind of an interesting way to look at it, and perhaps, especially with our high payments here in the Bay Area, it might help some folks out. Richard, thank you for coming by.
Thank you for having me here.
This program, we will pay the house off in about 12 years and save just shy of $1 million.
The best thing I like about Mortgage Free for Life is I don't have to take out my checkbook and fill out a check for somebody else that I don't want to. If I'm writing a check, it's for new golf equipment, flying lessons, things like that, what I want to buy.
I am so excited about cutting down the time on paying this home off. I'm going to go from 30 years to 12 years, and I'm going to save a couple $100,000 at the least by doing this. So not only am I saving a lot of money, it's going to be paid off.
In the end, we don't have to fork out another $477,000 to the banks in interest payments.
To know that my house was paid off in 4 years, all the money that I'm not spending is $144,000 I'm saving.
Since I've paid off my home, you kind of walk around with a smile on your face and people look at you like, what are you thinking? What are you up to? What they don't know is that I'm delighted. I am happy. I am secure. I am feeling wonderful, like I can do whatever I want.
To own a house without a mortgage is great. It's a great feeling. It's a feeling that you know that you have this extra money that you were paying on your mortgage. Now you can actually go and take that money and say, kids, let's go on a vacation this month. Or you can take that money and be able to buy whatever you want to. It's a great feeling.
It's very, very exciting to me because I will have that money to spend more time with my girls. Especially when they're going off to college. I'll be able to go visit them in college or bring them home on weekends and not have to worry about how much money it's going to cost me.
The beauty of paying off your home is that finally you have the total freedom to do with your money as you wish. You want to go on a vacation? You go. You want to send your kids to college? You can. You want to not work anymore or work as hard? That's the best part of it. You are in control of your life.
When people find out about Mortgage Free for Life, they are going to be excited to know that they can save a lot of money and stop having banks take their money.
With Mortgage Free for Life, instead of being tied to a bank, I will be on the beaches of Brazil sipping caipirinhas, saving thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Just take the time to read the book and do it. You will love it. You really will.
I am going to be able to have a paid, free and clear home for me and my children. And that's so exciting to me.
There is nothing in the world more satisfying that I can remember than writing that last check to your bank to say, this is the last payment that you get from me. Send me my title.